This evening's call. My name is Wendy McGlawn, and I have the pleasure of introducing our first speaker. Loretta Koth has been an entrepreneur from a very young age of 26. She was the founder and president of Business Exchange for over 13 years. She also has a huge heart for helping other people, and she's the chairperson for a hunger network in Cleveland, and she raised over $1 million for them. She's also a volunteer wellness educator at the Lifeline Pregnancy Center in Wilmington, North Carolina. But her true passion is really in health and wellness. And she pursued a career in that where she became a certified personal trainer and a lifestyle coach. And she also then found our wonderful Juice Plus company. And she is very successful. She's a 50 Club National Marketing Director. And that might not mean a lot to you, but what I can tell you is it means she's impacted a lot of lives with the gift of health and wealth. And she's very recognized and well regarded from the company because and not only have they recognized her at our most prestigious Elton Awards with multiple awards, but they have also had her train on the main stage at conference, and she is one of the highly sought after trainers all across the country. They actually pay her to go out, or they don't pay her, but they pay for her to be a part of events where she's training and educating people. I just want to say on a personal level, Loretta and I have been in this journey together from the very beginning. We work together as sideline buddies, and she's just an amazing mentor and friend and somebody that I really look up to. So Loretta, I'm going to let you kick off this powerful call. We're excited to have you tonight.
Well, hello everyone. And I'm so excited about being able to share this message with all of you tonight. You know, this idea has actually been brewing inside of me for quite some time. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my story, my journey in a minute, but I want to just back up to last year at this time. It was in January. My heart was very heavy after going through another very painful life situation. Bit of a crisis it was, and I was feeling like I had two broken wings, and I kept saying, you know, having bad self-talk, saying, you know, God, how am I going to do this? 2 divorces now, 2 broken wings, you know, single again, providing for myself again. And in my prayer time and my journaling time, God whispered in my ear that you don't have broken wings. I gave you eagle wings, and you're still going to fly, and you still will soar in your life, and that you always have me. And I started then. Everything became eagle wings. Like I was hiking with my son and my daughter-in-law last March up in Maryland, and we saw a flock of eagles. I've never seen an eagle in my life, let alone a flock of them where we could, you know, see them up close. I was taking pictures of them, and a beautiful eagle wings picture appeared on my computer one day out of nowhere that ended up becoming my team Facebook page. And so this eagle wings and single mom Soar kept hitting me. And so it was during the summer, I realized that I had a calling on my heart to start a new ministry at my church for single moms. It's turned into a weekly small group, and I want to expand it to where it would be an outreach across the country, possibly the world. It's just always been on my heart to speak to fellow single moms. And I'm just going to share with you where my journey began with Juice Plus was when I became a single mom for the first time. I have 3 kids. Now they are 30, almost 20, well, 22 and almost 21. But it was 16 years ago, a girl at my church, a perfect stranger, tapped me on the back and introduced me to Juice Plus. At that time, I was a very stressed out mommy of 3, working full-time, running a full-time business that was outside of the house. I don't know about any of you, but when you become a mom, it just seemed like my priority, my self-care and the priority of myself just got lower and lower on the list. I quit working out, which was something that was always a passion of mine, to be very fit. I was an aerobic instructor through college, and it was just frustrating to me. And then I was watching 2 of my kids having health issues. My son, his allergy problems were getting worse and worse. He tested to be allergic to 33 things. And it seemed like he always had a cold. It would lead to upper respiratory infections. And he was like my healthy kid. He was the one that ate fruits and vegetables and didn't ask for junk foods and soda and was an athlete. So I didn't understand, what was wrong with his immune system. And then my middle child, another big part of my life mission and purpose was that I adopted my second child. And I brought her home when she was 72 hours old. So I'm also here to always speak to young moms, potential moms, for the fact that what you're doing in utero absolutely does matter. And my little Kristen, this little teenage mommy who gave birth to her, did not do drugs, alcohol, or smoke, but she was a junk food junkie. She ate nothing but McDonald's and Entenmann's and Coke and through the entire pregnancy. I was there at Kristen's birth. I brought her home when she was 72 hours old. By the time she was a year, I knew that she would have ADHD. She had sleeping problems, pooping problems. When I found Juice Plus, she was 6. And probably the most frustrating thing about that part of the story was she would not eat fruits and vegetables. She had texture issues. And now I deal with families that have that issue all the time. It seems to be part of the wrong programming we're doing with the way that we eat. And so I was searching for answers for her. We eliminated dyes and sugars. And then I got pregnant a year later, which they told me would never happen. And I had Kaylee. And she's always kind of just been my healthy sunshine. But for us, Juice Plus was a gift with a giant red bow. It made sense to me when I learned that this was a company that was making juicing easy and affordable, being able to get lots of fruits and vegetables and a variety into our diet. All the light bulbs went off on day one. And immediately, because I'm a smart entrepreneur and a smart woman, I said, well, of course I want to be part of the company too, because I wanted my mom on it, my sister on it, a neighbor. And I really had no intention of doing it as a business or anything other than it just made sense. I kind of call it the no-brainer. Of course, you can't keep something so exciting a secret. And then our transformation was just amazing. I had restored energy, better sleep, better mental clarity. I have only been sick less than a handful of times in 16 years, never enough to ever have to go to the doctors or be on any type of pharmaceutical. I don't ever even go to the drugstore. I actually don't have Advil or aspirin in my house. I had a girlfriend spend the weekend in last June, and I had to walk to a gas station to get my friend some Advil because I didn't have any, because I don't even experience headache or pain. I just turned 55 a week ago, and last September I ran a Spartan race. I think I was one of the oldest females out on the course, but I feel like it's just done amazing abilities to sustain my health, keep me vibrant. And then my son Cameron, it took a year. He completely healed his allergies. I watched the black rings go away from his eyes. I watched the sneezing go away. And we never went back to the doctors. He's never been back on a pharmaceutical in 16 years. And then my middle child, Kristen, it was one by one, a transformation, not just a change, a transformation. First of all, she started being able to go to the bathroom every day because we made complete our breakfast. And that just completely solved that problem. Well, when you're eliminating, you're getting rid of toxins. I believe that started to help her think more clearly. All of a sudden, 6 months into Juice Plus, she's sleeping through the night. Now she has less hyperactivity. In all of her rosacea and eczema cleared. Even to this day, if she slacks off on her Juice Plus, she notices it comes back. So she's always pounding my door down to mail her more, but she's almost off my payroll. So pretty soon she's going to be buying her own Juice Plus. But I really you never looked back. For me, I will share Juice Plus every day for the rest of my life, even if I didn't get paid for it. But guess what, ladies? I was getting mailed checks. The company, my first check was $40, and 3 months later they were $500 because I was ignorance on fire. I was just sharing Juice Plus with everyone. When I'm passionate about something, I believe in something, I don't keep it a secret, and I care about people so much. I kept telling people about it because I wanted them to feel like I did. And people were. The reports back were amazing, and things that were happening. Everyone's story was a little bit different, but people were feeling better. If I could just even categorize it, they were feeling better. And it just propelled me to keep sharing. And when I got that $500 check, I paused. I had just done a small group with Rick Warren on purpose-driven life. And I was really believing that there was something else I was expected and going to do. I just didn't know what it was yet. I felt like there was just something that was missing in my life, even though I had a successful business and I was providing for my family. And this was right at a time when I was about ready to go through divorce. 17 and a half years of marriage. Husband has an affair. He leaves with another woman. And I sold a beautiful home we had just built 4 years prior, and I was smack dab in the middle of single parenting and sole providing. If you came to this call and that's been part of your journey, I don't need to tell you, it can feel crippling. It was very scary, and I don't know what I would have done without my checks now that were up to $1,200 a month with Juice Plus. And I, to this day, will realize that it kept me from being in a fetal position in the corner, because there were times I didn't know how I was going to pay school fees, because within a year of my divorce, I became a sole provider, besides a couple $100 a month, and a deadbeat dad, and completely in charge of 3 kids and the rest of their life. And so it was a heavy burden to bear, but my Juice Plus business kept me floating and kept me inspired. I went to a conference and I found my people. I looked around and I was like, oh my gosh, here's where I belong. People that are positive, people that are loving, people that are upbeat. It's all about recognition and all about, loving you where you're at, and personal growth and reaching your full potential. And I got so inspired when I found out that the top position had a benefits package as well. That was it. I never looked back. I continued to build. I set my sights on the top position, National Marketing Director. I obtained a benefits package for my children and my family. And the year after that, I sold my personal training business and became a work-at-home mom when my girls got to high school. And my dreams just kept growing. 5 years ago, I picked up and left Cleveland, Ohio, and looked at the last winter in my rearview mirror, relocated to Carolina Beach, North Carolina, where I can hear the ocean right now. I ran the beach 2.5 miles today. I will never not live by the ocean ever again. It's been a dream since I was 10. I blew out the 6-figure income, and I've never looked back. This has been a gift and a joy, and absolutely a place that I will spend the rest of my life as part of this mission. And I would like to introduce our next guest on this call. I'm new to her world. I've kind of always known her and known of her, but Jackie Zofke, I've had the pleasure of actually being her coach for the past 6 weeks. And very easy person to bond with. I'm sure you know that, Wendy, because she's part of Wendy's team. Jackie is just a beautiful soul. She's just one of those people where you would want to be around her more. I love listening to her. I feel like I've learned from her. She is full of life. She has a major story, a grand purpose in all of this now. She's also a little smarty pants, as I told her on our when I looked at her the bio that she sent me. She's married. She's a mom of 3 adult kids. She's also a coach with the Integrative Nutrition Health Program. She's a certified public accountant, a certified internal auditor, a graduate of the University of Notre Dame. She grew up in Western New York, and she now lives in Dayton, Ohio. She's also a senior sales coordinator on her way to National Marketing Director. Welcome, Jackie.
Thanks, Loretta. I really appreciate that. This is the first time that I have done something like this. I've spoke in front of groups of people before live, and I'm like, I'm sort of nervous. So I just think that that's just kind of, you don't have to be perfect to do this business. You just have to be brave. And so this is one of the brave things that I'm doing this week. So I really just wanted to share with people, because my story is a little bit different than yours. I've always been health conscious. It's kind of what I know, because that's how it was like for growing up. I mean, growing up in my family meant that every meal meant 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, and that was just how it was. And so I'm sure, especially as a single mom, with having 3 very active kids, it was vital. Having health, having nutrition, just being able to be well was really critical on our path. We just needed all to stay well, because if my children were well and I was well, I could provide for my family. So it was interesting, because I went from a role of a stay-at-home mom to a full-time working mother in what seems like a blink. And just knowing that good nutrition was going to be a key. When a friend shared Juice Plus with me, and that friend is going to be talking to us next, when she shared that with me, it made perfect sense. It was simple, it was convenient, it was affordable, especially with the Children's Health Study program. How could I lose? It was just something that I knew that we needed, because at that time I was suffering from mild but yet chronic sinus infections and respiratory, and my kids picked up every single sniffle and virus, it seemed, and we just really needed some additional support, and Juice Plus provided that. So I can tell you that since we added Juice Plus, my children didn't miss a day of school due to any kind of illness, other than the fact sports illness, but that doesn't count, right? That's just showing that they actually were able to be active on the field and suffered injuries. But the point is they didn't miss school, and they had perfect attendance, and that really made it really wonderful for me as a single mom. Well, the thing that I wanted to say is that some of my illnesses did subside. I never really had sinus infection. I think probably in the last 13 years, maybe once since then. However, I did receive a call in late 2014, a call that no one really ever wants to get. And it followed a thermogram, which I had a breast thermogram in lieu of a mammogram that year. And after that, and multiple other subsequent visits, the call came and gave me the diagnosis of stage 3 breast cancer. Not exactly what I had hoped for. However, I can tell you that the doctors were surprised that even though I had this diagnosis, that I didn't have any other health problem. I didn't have any other chronic illness that was nagging at me or lurking. I wasn't really surprised. They may have been, but I wasn't, because I know that I had been taking Juice Plus. And quite frankly, it is that illness and prevention tend to go unnoticed. But I know that I would rather err on the side of prevention, knowing that I can use Juice Plus now as a main part of my recovery and my prevention. It is one of the stable parts, quite frankly. And I don't take any pharmaceutical. I use Juice Plus mainly, and I have to say that it creates a sense of peace, and the thought about not having Juice Plus would probably send me into a tizzy. So I just know that I will be taking Juice Plus for the rest of my life. And so along the way, why not share it with other people? And I believe that God brought this solution into my life even before I would know just how much I would need it. It really gives me the peace of mind, an extra layer of health insurance as I look at it. With options, it allows me to reclaim that health and that voice to reach others with hope. You know, my background in accounting and finance didn't exactly allow me the opportunity to interact personally with people or positively impact their lives. And now, as a 3-year cancer survivor, thriver, I like to say, actually, I've become more passionate and on this mission to inspire health and hope for others and their families. This Juice Plus opportunity has empowered me to be the one. I get to be the one who gets to decide and be in control of my life on many levels. It's a benefit that a traditional job just wouldn't provide. Well, one of the things that I did happen and to come upon too is that while I remarried, I found myself a sole provider for a span of about 3+ years, some of which happened during my own health hiccup. And that's when my spouse found himself without employment. I can honestly say that at that point, it solidified my belief that relying on someone else, whether it is a person or a corporation, solely for my family's income was really not ideal. I fully embraced this Juice Plus opportunity wholeheartedly because my paycheck continued to increase even when I was recovering from surgery and unable to work my business like I wanted to. You know, one of the things I can say is that in this business, I discovered also a community of treasured friends. They've become like family to me because I have family all across the world right now. I have a son on the East Coast. I have another son on the West Coast and a daughter in the Midwest, sister up in New England, and parents in Florida. But what I can tell you is that the family community is there within the Juice Plus family. They're the ones that cheer me on. They coach me when I need it. They support me in a multitude of ways. And I can say that they helped me literally by even showing up at doctor's appointments or with meals when I needed it. And that's something that I don't believe that would have happened in a traditional model, you know, of the job. This culture I find to be extremely rare, and it's where everyone, no matter what walk of life, no matter if they're single, married, it doesn't matter. Everyone has a place and everyone belongs. And I believe that together we can really help change so many people's lives because we are relatable, and you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be brave, and you just have to care enough about people, and you let people know how much you care about them. And that's exactly, for me, how I can help reclaim and restore the things that, whether it's materially or otherwise, that may have been lost or destroyed during the time of either being single mom or a sole provider. And I now awake with passion and purpose, and I get to invite other people to come on along. And it's like an adventure for me. It's exciting. It's a positive impact with other people, and I get to meet people all over. And I get to also invite them to join us on this mission of health, hope, courage, and resilience. So that's me. And now I get the honor and the privilege to introduce our next speaker, Wendy McGlawn. And I have to say this first because Wendy is such a dear friend of mine. Wendy and I have known each other before Juice Plus came into her life or mine. And I just adore Wendy for her passion and for her zeal and zest for life and for her sincerity when it really comes to people. She loves people on all levels. So professionally, she is actually a graduate of the University of Dayton in management information systems. So she worked with software and development and marketing. Yet she really was called to make a difference in the life of others. So she decided to pursue a career in the wellness industry. She's been with Juice Plus since 2004 and is a national marketing director with our company and has had numerous nominations for awards as international trainer. And some of the things that I really like about her is, and she'll probably talk about it, is that she's kind of a member of the Brady Bunch, if you will, except Alice is yet to show up, but that's besides the point. And I even love this fact is that because Wendy believes in going the extra mile, she's even a grandmother of twins. She couldn't just have one, she had twins. So with that, Wendy.
Thank you so much, Jackie. It is really such a privilege to share this time with both you and Loretta. And what I like to say is that what I do is not as important as why I do it. You see, I was the oldest of 3 children, and as typical of my birth order, I was that perfectionist, people pleaser, always wanting to do well, never wanting to disappoint. College was always in the cards for me. It was that spoken expectation that if you wanted to do more, be more with your life, you would attend college. And that was okay for me because those were my aspirations. Well, by the time I was a junior in college, I got married and we had 2 children under the age of 2 by the time we were 23. Now you can imagine starting out so young and with so many responsibilities that did not turn out very well for me. Well, shortly thereafter, I was rescued, who would become my second husband, and we had the perfect life. We had a beautiful home, fancy cars, nice vacations, and then my world fell apart. And it shattered in a way I didn't think I would ever recover, much less survive. And while the details aren't really important, you can probably relate to it if you've ever been betrayed by somebody who chose loving someone or something over loving you. I was devastated, but more importantly, I was really filled with shame and had no self-worth. And so I knew that I had to recreate my life, and I knew that the Lord had a better plan for me. And so I decided to pursue a career in the wellness industry. And honestly, you guys, I think that was just about getting well myself. But shortly after that, I did learn about the Juice Plus. And I like to refer to it as hope in a capsule for several reasons. First of all, I have enough mommy guilt. Anybody relate to that? I wasn't feeling like I was feeding my kids well. Knowing that I could get 30 different fruits and vegetables in their diet every single day, I check that box off. The nutrition at least was taken care of, right? I could sleep well at night for that. But also for me is that I have a huge family health legacy of cancer. I had 3 out of my 4 grandparents had cancer and 2 cousins my age. I'm 53, and when they were both under 30, they both died of cancer, and it was on either side of my family. And I was afraid of that disease, and I did not want to sign up for that. And so when I started hearing these doctors educate us on the power of nutrition to actually turn on or off those good or bad genes that cause disease, I get excited. And I could not, keep what I knew to myself. I felt that moral and ethical obligation to tell other people about it. I decided to register with the company right away, the same time I started taking it, because I was like Loretta. I saw that opportunity to create a 6-figure income with a full benefits package. And this wasn't just medical. It was medical, dental, vision. It was life insurance, short and long-term disability, college tuition reimbursement, a holiday Christmas bonus of $1,000. So, this was a real opportunity. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, wow, I can support my children by myself for the rest of my life if I have to. My story has a really happy ending. I did get remarried. Jeff and I have been married for over 12 years now, and he had 3 children as well. So like Jackie referred, we are the Brady Bunch. But we had 5 or 6 kids in college at one time, and then 3 of them went on to get married. So we still had a huge financial demand. And what I can tell you because of this opportunity is we have no debt from those experiences. But what's been even more valuable to me is the time freedom I've had to be able to create memories with our family and to enjoy those experiences with them. When my twin grandsons were born, they were born at 28 weeks. I was able to take off 5 weeks in a very short amount of time to go take care of them. I didn't have to ask a boss for time off. I still got paid. Our team reached one of the largest milestones we've ever reached. And most importantly, I was able to create memories with my son and his family that have been a bond for a lifetime. Now I can tell you that getting started was really scary for me. I had already felt like a failure. I didn't know, if I could do this. I was truly ignorance on fire. I didn't even understand what the words whole food nutrition meant. In fact, I got through my first 2 promotion levels and I called my friend Karen. I'm like, what is whole food nutrition? So, if any of you are thinking, okay, that sounds great, but I don't know if I can do it. And I don't have a background. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a health coach. You don't have to be, okay? You just have to have a heart for people and want to make a difference for them. That's all I did. It made sense to me. I knew it was going to make sense to other people as well. The other thing that made me just jump in with both feet is that it was a very low risk investment. It was only $50 to get started. There was no inventory. There were no minimum levels that you had to keep. And so I just thought, wow, this is something that is worth going for. And of course, as they say, the rest is history. So the reason that Jackie referred to our culture, and that really is probably the game changer and why it's so important for us and why we love to share this message with people. Because not only do we get to have hope with the product and the business opportunity, but we get to help people through a personal growth process where they get to claim their voice and wake up to passion and purpose and a paycheck every single day. Because we believe that your DNA is not your destination, that everyone can have health and vitality for a lifetime. We believe that everyone deserves an opportunity to create options for their families, to choose mom care over daycare, to reduce mommy guilt, to stop trading hours for dollars, working for somebody else for something that they will never own, only to build somebody else's dream. We believe it's much more wise to invest the next 3 to 5 years of your life to create a business and an opportunity for yourself that will give your family options that will pay you for a lifetime. And most importantly, to find your voice and to wake up to that passion, purpose, and making a difference in the lives of others. We believe that inspiring healthy living with Juice Plus will help communities get healthy on all levels. So we really want to thank you for joining us tonight. If anything you heard made sense, please get with the person that invited you to this call. We would love to share more about how we too can help you design your life. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, everyone. This is great. I'm going to hit the record button off and everyone can say a prayer that it actually works.
There you go.